Hello on day 8. Day 8 of Pride Month, and welcome back. We're here to hopefully offer a little more encouragement. It's been feeling kind of discouraging here for us, and it might be for you too, and if so, I'm sorry. And I have confidence it's going to change for all of us, and things are going to get better. Today, we're reading from Transfigured, and this is a section called Transformation, which has a bunch of different contemplations about God's transforming and us transforming and how the two kind of play together. So, yeah, let's jump in. You ready?
I am.
Okay.
Our passage today comes from Luke 9. About 8 days after Jesus said this, he took Peter, John, and James with him and went up onto a mountain to pray. As he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became as bright as a flash of lightning. Two men, Moses and Elijah, appeared in glorious splendor. Talking with Jesus, they spoke about his departure, which he was about to bring to fulfillment at Jerusalem. Peter and his companions were very sleepy, but when they became fully awake, they saw his glory and the two men standing with him.
So that's the scene. It's quite spectacular. You can picture it in a movie or something with the clouds and the fear and the glowing person of Jesus. So this is the devotion for that passage. Today's passage describes how Jesus is transfigured on a mountaintop with his closest male disciples present. Don't you wish Luke had offered more words about this stunning scene when God shines light from within Christ so brightly that it changes how he looks and changes how those who are watching view him? Let's look at the word upon which this devotional is based. Transfigure. It means to transform into something more beautiful or elevated. When Jesus was transfigured, he was revealed as more fully himself. More of the truth about him was displayed than had been previously seen. Of course, Jesus is truth, and the truth has to shine, just as his face did that day. When you first began to express gender authentically, sorry, just an aside, Transfigured focuses on gender issues. So this passage relates to people who are transitioning, but it also applies to all the transformations that we all are undergo with, and some of those that we're facing right now. So back to the gender issue here. When you first began to express gender authentically, did you feel a tiny bit of that shine of truth? Did part of your spirit sing a yes amidst the other mix of emotions that were in play? Let's look at what comes a little bit later in this story. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 35. A voice came from the cloud saying, "This is my son, whom I have chosen. Listen to him." Moses and Elijah converse with the luminescent Jesus that day. They are the human symbols of the law and the prophets, representatives of the old covenant and everything which came before this transformative moment. And the Creator says, to them, Elijah and Moses, and to us, to listen to Jesus, the shining light of truth who never dictated gender or sexuality, and who preached a gospel of radically inclusive love. It wasn't easy for Jesus, despite the affirmation of the Father, of his Father. It won't be easy for you, but God is well pleased with your own effort to shine with truth as you walk in the light of Christ. And the passage closes with a quote from Dietrich Bonhoeffer, which says, "There is meaning in every journey that is unknown to the traveler." So we picked this passage today because it feels as if our nation is in the midst of transformations in a number of ways. We're going to have to face what it means to cope with pandemic, to cope with this virus, which may not be going away. We don't really know, to figuring out if we're going to need to have a new way of living, a new way of being social creatures. The race situation, the race reality has been revealed in all of its ugliness, and we have an opportunity to change that. There's a lot of things shifting and changing now, so that's why we thought the concept of transfiguration, of transformation, was appropriate, and those are the readings that we're going to be focusing on this week, and the topic. Did you have thoughts?
Well, I especially liked the quote at the end, that there's meaning in every journey that is unknown to the traveler. And I think that we're really in that unknown period right now. And as we walk through it, grab a hold of somebody that you care about and have them help you walk through it. Mm-hmm. This is not a journey that we have to take alone. Yesterday was the first time in 5 months that we were able to hug our grandchildren. Mm-hmm. We put on masks. It was very different to us. It was different to them. And they came out and gave us hugs, and we cried. I mean, we're in a different kind of world right now. But just continue to walk. Take those steps. And you'll watch as things, you can look back and see how things have transfigured and how things have transformed and changed. And just help each other through it. Mm-hmm. It's a unique time right now.
Yeah, and the reason that I chose that scripture story, and what had struck me at the time of capturing it and writing it, was that Jesus is talking to the law and the prophets, and God steps in and says, listen to Jesus. God didn't say, listen to the three of them. He said, listen to Jesus. And so we need to keep looking at Jesus' words and actions and model instructions of love and walking in love. So let's all keep trying to do that. We're going to screw up every day, and just in our ideas, our understanding, we are on our own evolution of faith, of deconstructing, of reconstructing, of figuring it out. We've been wrong, we're wrong now, and we'll be wrong in the future about who God is. But we know that love is at the center. So keep walking in love and keep allowing yourself to be transformed by love, and all will be well. So I hope your Monday is going smoothly, and we will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.